The Single VIN Reporting Service, or SVRS system, allows insurers and junk and salvage operators to report their vehicle inventory information to Nimbidus. After the user completes the registration process, the system allows the user to start submitting vehicle reports to Nimbidus. There is no daily limit on the number of vehicle reports submitted by each reporting entity. If the user already has a reporting ID, they can start submitting vehicle reports by logging into the system with the existing reporting ID. Enter the reporting entity ID and password and click on Sign In. The system takes the user to the Welcome screen, where the user can initiate a new reporting or look at a prior reporting submission. Click on the New Reporting menu item on the left panel. The system performs a validation check if the reporting ID entered by the user is registered for the service. If the user is valid, the system displays the new reporting form with the following fields populated: Reporting Entity ID and Company Name. Default company information captured during registration, including address, city, state, zip code, email, and phone. This information can be overwritten if necessary. The system gives the user the ability to enter any and all missing information during the vehicle reporting process. The base registration data is not updated if the registration data is overwritten during a report. The system displays the registration email address, which cannot be edited. Although the address is pre-populated from the registration, that field is not required. The user must provide either a phone number or email address. If any of the mandatory information has not been provided, the user will not be able to click on the Create Reporting button at the end of the page. The user enters the required information and clicks Create Reporting to submit the JSI vehicle information to Nimbidus. If the VIN entered is not a standard VIN, meaning a non-decodable VIN or a VIN that is not 17 characters in length, a pop-up window will be displayed to the user to certify the VIN is valid as per the user's records. The user will not be able to click on the Create Reporting button until the checkbox is checked. Users have the option to click on the Close button in order to go back to the reporting screen to enter the correct VIN information. If the user determines that the VIN entered is correct and non-decodable, check the checkbox and click on Create Reporting. When the user submits the JSI vehicle report by clicking on Create Reporting, the system will display a confirmation message in the right-hand corner stating that your report was submitted successfully, and an email is being sent out to the email address on file. Once the user is done submitting the vehicle report, the new reporting screen is displayed, which is ready for the next vehicle report to be filled in and submitted. If the same VIN is reported multiple times on the same day by the same reporting entity, only the most recent report will be retained by Nimbidus. The service allows junk and salvage entities to reuse the values from a prior vehicle report submission as a template to create a new subsequent vehicle report to update or complete the disposition for that same vehicle one time. From the application's main menu, the user can select Prior Reporting Submission to search for prior reporting history. The user can select the date range from the Dropbox menu to view the reported vehicle history details for that date range. The system provides the search results only for junk and salvage entities and not for insurance entities. If the vehicle report has a disposition text as TBD and no amendments, then that record is eligible for a one-time update. The eligible record will have an edit icon next to the amendment pencil icon in the last column. When the user clicks on the edit button, the system will load that record for update. The user can make changes to the disposition text to update from to be determined to scrap or crush or sold. The system also allows the user to make changes to any of the other fields which were originally submitted as empty. Please note, if the user wants to modify the original fields, that change will not be allowed. The user should submit amendments for these changes. If the entity submits a new vehicle report with a disposition as TBD, and on the same day, the user uses this new report as a template to update the disposition text, then the system updates the same report and will not create a new vehicle report. The user can change the vehicle disposition to the appropriate disposition text from the drop-down list and click on Update Reporting. If the user doesn't change the disposition text and tries to submit the report, the system throws validation errors. If the entity submits a new vehicle report with a disposition as TBD, and on the next day or at a later date, the user uses this report as a template to update the disposition text, then the system creates a new subsequent vehicle report. Select the TBD record to update the appropriate disposition text. The user changes the vehicle disposition to the appropriate disposition text from the drop-down list and clicks on Update Reporting. The system updates the record by creating a new subsequent report. When the user searches for this vehicle report, the result should show a new record with a disposition text changed to Sold. The system retains the original vehicle report. When the new vehicle report is created, the system locks the original vehicle report with TBD for any further changes. At this point, the original report can only be amended. After the vehicle report has been updated, a confirmation email is sent to the user. This service provides insurers and junk and salvage operators the ability to cancel out vehicle reports that were inadvertently reported to Navitas in error. The act of commenting on a prior vehicle report cancels out the vehicle report. The comment is known as an amendment. The user can only amend their own vehicle reports. The system will allow the reporting entity to submit multiple revisions of an amendment to a single vehicle report. Navitas maintains a running history of each amendment for each vehicle report. There is no limit to the number of amendments that the reporting entity user can submit daily. From the application's main menu, the user will select Prior Reporting Submission to search for prior reporting history. The user can select the menu item from the date range drop box to view the reported vehicle history details for that date range. If the user selects, for example, 7 days from the drop box, then the From and To text boxes will be auto-populated with the date range and the related data will be shown in the table below. If the user selects Custom from the drop box, the user will be able to enter or select the date range by clicking on From and To. If the user enters an invalid date format or future date, the system validation takes place when the user clicks on the search button and error messages will be displayed. The user will be able to view the JSI vehicle report when he or she clicks on the VIN number. The system will display the detailed report submission information for VIN. Vehicle reports are displayed in a grid. To amend a report, the user will click the pencil icon associated with the vehicle report. The reporting entity amendment form will be displayed to capture the comments on the vehicle report. The user will be provided with a free-form text box to enter comments explaining why the vehicle report was submitted in error. The user will be able to cancel the amendment report by clicking on the Cancel button. The system will not allow the user to click on the Create Amendment button until the user enters the text in the comments section and checks the certification checkbox. The confirmation message pop-up will appear to let the user know that the amended report was created successfully. After the amendment is created, the system sends a confirmation email to the reporting entity for each amended vehicle report. The amendment field allows the user to view amendment history through the vehicle reporting history. If amendments have been applied to a vehicle report, this field displays the number of amendments the user has performed on this vehicle report. The user can click on the number of amendments shown to view the amended reporting history information. The user can also view the amendment history when he or she clicks on the VIN number to view the Detailed Report Submission Information for VIN screen.